What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is episode 81 of the Sports Desk. I'm Splash. Jack is over there through my wall, and Josh is down yonder. How's it going, fellas?
I can't complain because NFL training camp is back, which means we are just that much closer back to the start of the season. So,
yeah, couldn't agree anymore.
Yeah, I'm so pumped. It's the time that people say Lamar Jackson's a running back, and they complain about J.K. Dobbins being on the PUP list and Ronnie Stanley being on the PUP list. Well, guess what? Ronnie Stanley's not the only All-Pro left tackle on the PUP list. Do you guys see that David Bakhtiari had a third knee surgery? That his first part of the season's in question now?
I did see that, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I know Stanley gets like the raw end of the deal there because he got injured the week after he signed his contract. But that Bakhtiari deal, he played one game last year and he's hurt again. So we hate injuries. We all liked the prayer circle that we don't want any injuries. We don't want no injuries. Please, no injuries. Madden, turn off injuries. Mr. Goodell, please turn off injuries. But whoop-de-doo. Welcome in episode 81. Can you believe it? We are halfway through our Major League Baseball season in terms of episode numbers. I'm pumped. Are you guys pumped?
Yeah. I know the energy needs a little bit of picking up here, but yeah.
You sound like the most depressed ever.
Yep. But no, it's pretty cool that we're on 81 episodes already.
Did your house get struck by lightning? Yep. Same
energy.
Anyways, speaking of same energy, we have some breaking news with the uSTADIUM platform. We are introducing fan news. You can get points to be Rappaport, to be Schefter, to be Jeff Passan. Let's check it out.
Introducing fan news, where you, the fans, break the news and get rewarded for it. Ever wanted to be the next Schefter, Woj, Passan, or Rap Sheet? Now you can, exclusively on uSTADIUM. To do so, create a verified piece of content, select the team feed it should go in, post it, and click the upper right-hand tab, then select Fan News. Edit the post to make it short and sweet, and send it away. The uSTADIUM News admins will edit and approve the post, and you'll be rewarded points if it's sent out. Now get out there and beat everyone to the punch.
Anyone else just vibe with the music?
I saw you dancing in the bottom corner there.
Look. Okay, we're gonna get copyright nuked by our own channel because I already posted that. So if you have to go rewatch that again, it's on the uSTADIUM app. It is on our YouTube. It should be the pinned video. I forgot to pin it, I think, though. But anyways, that's big, and this is gonna be like, hey, if you're at training camp and you see, whoa, Denzel Mims is like dunking on everybody, you can post that. You can clip the highlight, and you can be the Rappaport. You can be the DJ friggin' what's the Jets reporter that's like secretly a Dolphins fan? Josh, you know who I'm talking
about? DJ Bien.
Yeah, okay.
He's at the Texans now.
uSTADIUM legend. Okay, uSTADIUM legend. You can be him and pretend to be a Jets fan, but actually be a Dolphins fan in disguise. So I'm excited. Fan news is a new frontier we are offering. Also, we had the same old with takes, the banger content. We had some elite takes the other day. A certain Ethan, one of our coworkers, hit on a take. He said the Astros would sweep Seattle. At the time, Seattle was on a 14-game winning streak. They've actually won 15 in a row when Julio plays. But he said, you know what? The Astros are going to sweep Seattle. The Astros did sweep Seattle. He took $20 from everybody. He cleaned everyone out, which was one of the best takes we've had. Probably the single best take so far in terms of like a ratio. Get ratioed. I got ratioed. I lost points on that day. So what's up, 49er Media?
Actually good that you're stopping by because we're talking about your, as you can notice by the title, we're talking about your quarterback situation a little later on. So stay tuned.
Yeah, bear down, go Cats, baby. Arizona graduate. I can't believe I'm saying that, but Arizona graduate. Yeah, we will get into some Jimmy Garoppolo talk. We will get into some Trey Lance talk. Let me just run through what we're on about today. Training camp is back. We're going to touch on some storylines. Mekhi Becton playing right tackle. Kyler Murray is getting paid to watch film. Chris Carson retirement. KJ Wright retirement. Seattle is losing players left and right. Julio Jones is going to the Bucks, and more alternate helmets come out. The Cardinals actually did something. I cannot believe it. The team that was lost in Phoenix has finally done something. Also the Jets, also the Bears. They had a nice orange one. The Rams got some bling bling. A real and legitimate championship ring for Jack. Congratulations.
That's
And
the third one now in the last 2 years. So
this is a valid point. Only one of those technically. Have you seen the meme? And it's like rings one outside of Disney World, MJ 6, LeBron 3.
I haven't seen that meme. The closest meme I can think of is like when Tom Brady is he's like holding all 7 of his rings on his hands like this, and then there's like the blank hands, and there's just like Eli Manning pointing to his blank finger. So
That's a funny one. That's a funny one. We're gonna go in depth on the Julio Jones signing. I don't think it means anything. Maybe it does. We also have the MLB Subway Series with Yankees and Mets. The Mets won last night, and Carlos Dunlap is visiting the Chiefs right now. Some breaking news. So with that said, let's get into some hot takes to start it off with. Any sport you guys particularly fancy today?
Should we talk about Frankie's take? I think that's pretty hot.
Which one?
His takes are notoriously hot. So
Jack, were you on the Twitter space this morning?
Oh, I don't think I was. I think I was pretty busy this morning. I didn't have a chance to catch it. What did he say?
Frankie was off one today. Frankie was in fine form. Let me tell you today.
Already in mid-season form during training camp.
Mid-season form, like prime Damian Lillard is the best player in the NBA form right there. I felt like I disagreed with everything he said, other than the Titans take. He had a nice Titans take I 100% agreed with. But
let's hear it.
Here's a spicy one. 5,000 billions up for grabs. He says the Raiders finish above the Chargers in the AFC West.
Agree. Whoa. Agree. It's happening.
No,
it's
not gonna happen.
I think
first of all, that's complete Charger bias, but nah. I need to look at this realistically here. Obviously, hold on. I guess we're starting hot takes, so let me just make that transition really quick.
Do we want to go game by game, Raiders Chargers? We can do that.
They probably have around the same schedule.
Huh?
They probably play basically the same teams, I would imagine.
Yeah, the Raiders play Pittsburgh, while the Chargers play the Browns. The Raiders play.
Oh, we get another Chargers Browns. That one might actually be kind of spicy.
The Raiders play the Colts. The Chargers play the Texans again. Good job, Chargers.
Do you know when the Chargers play the Browns?
I have no idea.
Because if Deshaun is playing in that game,
does it matter though? Do we want to go through game by game? Do we want to go through game by game?
Let's go game by game.
All right, I'm going to pull up one of my favorite websites, NFL Playoff Predictor.
I'm just thinking, like, if Deshaun Watson is active for that game, that could be a banger.
All right, pick your team to start with: Chargers or Raiders.
I hate both of these teams, but we'll go Raiders.
Yeah, we have the epitome of.
We're gonna talk about Rams Super Bowl rings. It's fine. I can get through this.
Okay, Oops, I guess the last time we did this, we did the Panthers. So I'm gonna keep the Panthers because they don't change anything for our two teams. So we're gonna start with Raiders as soon as it shares. There we go.
Wait for it.
That should. Hello.
I think it's good.
Okay. Week 1, the operative question of today: Raiders at Chargers. Who we got?
Oh, it's Raiders at Chargers right off the bat.
Yeah, the Chargers.
So as we did with the Carolina one, Josh, you make a pick. Jack, you make a pick. If you're the same, that goes as a dub. If you are not the same, it goes as a tie.
Give me the Chargers for that one.
I think they'll split. So I think
they'll split.
Okay,
the Raiders will have the home crowd at both games, though.
At the Raiders.
Give me the Raiders.
Cardinals at Raiders.
Hot every year.
They start out hot, but I don't really trust them too much without Hopkins. And now it looks like what isn't Marquise Brown dealing with injury stuff now too?
Correct.
Did that just come out?
Hamstring.
So
yeah, soft tissue.
I don't know if that.
I think A hamstring can recover. I think
Yeah,
that's
he might be able to recover in time. But
Raiders
I think
at
the Raiders,
Titans.
Titans.
Ooh, I think the Raiders, honestly.
Oh my goodness, another tie.
We have 2 ties
Broncos
already.
at Raiders.
This is not going well.
I think
Broncos.
this is like
Yeah,
the same
Raiders.
thing. So the Raiders here, I guess, if they're home.
Oh, they're home. Yeah, give me the Raiders at home.
Okay, Raiders at Chiefs. I swear, if you
Chiefs.
say they're gonna.
If you say the Raiders win this one, Josh.
Nah, the Chiefs. Definitely the Chiefs.
Okay, week 6 bye. Houston at Vegas.
Raiders.
I'm pretty sure that Houston Tech. No, I'm kidding. The Raiders.
Raiders at Saints.
Ooh,
I'm going with the Saints.
give me the Saints here. Yeah.
I will say that I misspoke. It was it's not the Texans and Chargers or Texans Chargers. It was the Texans and Chargers do play, but it's AFC East. So the Chargers play the Dolphins, and the Raiders will play the Patriots. Raiders at Jaguars.
Raiders.
Okay. Colts at Raiders.
Colts.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Raiders at Broncos. We agreed on the split.
Broncos are gonna win that one.
Yeah.
Seahawks.
That's a tricky one. I still don't have a good read on who their starter is going to be. I think we agree it's probably going to be Geno Smith.
Yeah,
By this
Yeah, I
point,
agree with you. I think the Raiders win that.
But like, who knows if Jimmy G ends up going there? So I'd take the Raiders over the Seahawks.
Yeah, I agree. Raiders.
I know I'm
Even
going
with
just off
Jimmy
of
G.
quarterback.
Even with
but,
Jimmy G to me, I think the Raiders are just a better team.
All right. Chargers at Raiders. You said split. Raiders at Rams.
Rams. Next question.
Josh.
I agree.
He just let me take that one.
He said it so confidently and so quickly, I can't argue.
Patriots Raiders.
Raiders. The Patriots are.
Raiders. I feel like they might catch the Patriots by surprise there.
Raiders Steelers.
Steelers are going to get a Mickey Mouse win in this one.
Yeah, my guy Mitch Trubisky. I mean, like, I'll take the Steelers.
Oh my goodness. Okay. The Steelers never beat the Raiders, right? It just doesn't happen.
Just wait till now it's
Okay.
under Mitch Trubisky's watch. I mean,
Niners Raiders. The former Battle of the Bay.
Yes.
I think the Raiders squeak that one out.
Ooh, I think the Niners take it.
Okay, and then Chiefs Raiders.
Chiefs.
I agree. Like the Chiefs would win. It just if it could be like if their playoff position's locked up and like their seeding's locked up, they might rest guys. But the Chiefs are a better team. Yes, they would win if everyone's playing.
All right, the reveal.
We have 3 ties in this.
6, 8, and 3. You have them going below 500.
And he said the Raiders would be better than the Chargers.
Well, let's look at the Chargers schedule.
Okay, yeah, let's look at the Chargers schedule. They start off 1-1 because we've already put the split on there. So 6, 8, and 3. I didn't insert any of my anti-Raiders bias. All right, we have the split with the Raiders. Chargers at Chiefs.
I think they'll split, but the Chiefs are home. I think so.
Chiefs are going to win this one.
All right,
Chargers should win.
Jags at Chargers.
Chargers.
Chargers at Texans. We saw how this game went last
I
year.
swear to God, if the Texans win this game, I'm going to meme on the Chargers forever. I already do. I kind of stopped after we lost to the Jets, but yeah, the Chargers should win this game.
Chargers Browns.
Week 5, I don't see any way Deshaun's playing. So
Deshaun's not playing week 5.
Yeah.
That sucks. That could have been a banger.
Broncos,
Give me the Broncos
Chargers.
here. Give me the Broncos in this one.
It's going to be a tie then because I'm taking the Chargers at home.
Seahawks Chargers.
Chargers.
Seahawks.
Just being a hater.
What?
I feel like the Seahawks might pull something out.
Chargers Falcons.
Chargers.
Chargers.
Chargers Niners.
Niners.
Chargers.
Chiefs Chargers.
Chiefs.
I think the Chargers take it at home.
Chargers Cardinals.
Chargers should win that one. Chargers should win that one. We agree on the Raiders split.
Yeah.
Okay, Dolphins Chargers.
Oh
Chargers.
boy. That one's tough to predict. That one's actually tough to predict.
I think Jimmy G will be their quarterback. I
You think
that's
Jimmy
what-
G's going to Miami?
Wait,
Yes.
huh?
I just
No,
think
okay. Please make that a take so I can take your points. Just that's all I want to say about that.
I will make it a take right now.
Okay, make it a take right now. I will happily take
We
your
will
points.
grab those points. Oh
See,
my
I just
God.
think it makes my reasoning.
Zero
It's off
sense.
topic
You're
now.
right. It makes zero sense.
All right, it's gonna be under our hot takes. No, I think it makes perfect sense. You look at the Mike McDaniel, who is the offense coordinator of.
Why are you? If you're Miami, why are you moving off Tua? They also have Teddy
I think Jimmy
Bridgewater.
Garoppolo's a better quarterback than Tua.
Is he so much better than Tua that you're going to bring him in 30 days before, 45 days before the season starts?
You don't have to necessarily start week 1 though. It could also be a move
That's the
that
point,
happens.
then. Okay,
What?
Josh, I'm just going to be honest. I don't agree with you here at all. I
Okay,
think
well,
that is, if
I made a
anything, it's
take.
a negative move. If you're just going from Tua to Garoppolo, I think Tua is a better quarterback than Garoppolo. I think he's a better fit in the system than Garoppolo is. I know Garoppolo is one of the system.
They've been
I
building
think
around
it's a good
Tua
fit
for
for
so
Tua.
much, and it's like you're not just gonna like make that trade. Like Garoppolo is a starting caliber quarterback. He's not the greatest there is, but he's going to start for whatever team.
I think it makes a
going
lot
to.
of sense for the Dolphins who are in a win now mode. And if you don't think Tua is that guy, you have to make a move. And like it's like just at a certain point you have no other option. And Jimmy G, he knows the like I get what you're saying. It's 40 days out, but it's the same system.
This is
So it's
fair.
not like he's
This is fair.
it's not like he's going. It would be more like chemistry that takes time, but it's the same system. So I don't think necessarily like it's like like he has to go and learn a total. It's different than the Baker thing.
Okay, that's fair. All right, Dolphins
From
Chargers.
Apple, you can try to take.
I'm taking the Dolphins.
No, I'm taking the Chargers.
It's like 6 ties now. Titans at Chargers.
The Chargers.
Titans. You guys are underrating the Titans. I don't think they'll be as good as they were last year. Obviously, they shouldn't have even been the 1 seed last year, but I think they can win a good chunk of
I
games.
think they're underrating the Chargers. I mean, I think the Colts win this game. But
Colts win that one. I swear, if the Rams lose this game, I'm gonna quit uSTADIUM. I'm gonna just delete the app.
Oh my goodness. All right, and then Chargers Broncos.
I think they'll split to the Broncos.
Chargers. Did I pick them to win the last one?
I think we
They'll
should-
split, but I
That was a tie.
I-
The last one.
I think we
That's
had them. I think we have them splitting, but we have them winning the other games. Like
Yeah,
you have
so
them
just
winning the
choose
first
it.
one. I have them winning the
That's
second
All
one.
right,
So.
I'm to alleviate some of the ties. I'm just gonna pick the home teams to win these.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, that's fair.
All right.
Yeah.
By the
So the
way, I'm
Broncos
gonna
for both
disagree with
then,
your
Splash.
take. Thank you for the points. What's that, Jack?
The Broncos for both then, if you're gonna pick the home teams.
Ha ha ha. We have the Chargers going 7-4-6, which would
It's
even
still
out
better
their
than the
10-7
Raiders,
record,
believe it or not.
which is better than the Raiders.
This
You are
is
right.
historic.
So
If they have 6 ties, like we were,
obviously,
can't
it's
have
going to end up
six
being 10-7. It like 10-7 ish, something like that. I don't think that's ridiculous to say they're 10-7.
All right. Well, we looked at it game by game, so there you go. That was our
All right.
thorough analysis. So I
That is
just
our thorough
again,
analysis. That is 3 teams we've done, and somehow the 49ers have tied with all 3 of them.
again, you could argue like the same thing about the Rams before last season, but there's just with the Chargers, there's just too many wait and sees. Like their defense looks damn good. Don't get me wrong, but you know you have to see it on the field
You're
first.
right. You're right. All right. Pick a sport, any sport, and let's continue. Also, DK Metcalf reported to camp, but it appears to be a hold in. He's going to be at camp, no practicing. He wants a new contract. Is he?
I
gonna
think
get
we should
traded?
save that for later because there's more hold-ins. too
yeah,
that
we'll
we're gonna
talk about
discuss.
that later. I have a,
You're right. You're right.
I have
All
a
right.
take on the hold in situation.
Let's do the newest hot take. Josh Clement says Jimmy G will be a Dolphin. Pepper X. Okay, moving
That kid
on.
sounds really smart, but
Of course. We have Simmons and Moore. He says Jets over 5.5 wins. Josh, as the resident Jets fan, over or under 5.5 wins?
I agree over. I think USA Today got that wrong. I mean, it depends on one person and one person only, and I think that's going to be obviously going to keep being said until we see him. It matters on Zach Wilson, but you mentioned Becton earlier, like the fact that they have it figured out, and he came out and said it doesn't matter if you put me on the left or right. I just want to be in that 5. To me, was a great sign. You don't need to have him be unhappy. He is your.
For sure.
He looks in shape too, which is amazing. They said he came in every day minus July 4th. So I think if that offensive line, if we talked about Breece Hall, Zach Wilson doesn't have to be a top 10 quarterback. He has to be an average quarterback for this team to win some games, and I think he will be.
All right. Jack, over or under 5.5 wins for the
First of all, I thoroughly appreciate the USA Today slander here because I love my yearly reminder that they don't watch the NFL. They predicted the Chargers in 2019 to win the Super Bowl. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
All right, fair. But on the Jets, over under 4.5.
On the Jets.
Over under 5.5. Sorry, I think they're a safe over 4.5, but 5.5.
5.5 is tricky. I feel like
it gets tough.
I feel like 6 wins for the Jets isn't out of the realm of possibility entirely. But I mean, it's tricky. 4 wins should be achievable. They've definitely gotten better this offseason. I think there's a realistic chance you could shoot for 6.
On the top of my head, they play the Lions, the Seahawks.
Do we go game by game with the Jets now?
2. I can do it on the top of my head, probably. I know most of their Lions, Seahawks. I think the Browns are when they play them week 2. I think they'll split with the Dolphins, split with the Patriots. One more. I'm blanking on top of my head, but the end of the second half of their schedule is a lot easier. I think they have a chance versus Steelers, and like they have shown the last couple of years, they're going to win games they're not supposed to.
Yes, but they also lose games they're not supposed to. I think that's
to be fair, they weren't expected to win any games, so they haven't lost any games they're supposed to win. Oh, they played the Jaguars. I think that's a win too. So that's 6.
They did beat the Jaguars last year.
Yeah,
they should beat the Jaguars.
The thing is, I understand where you're coming from with the Jets over 5.5. Sure, there are winnable games. Miami's not like this god tier team. The Patriots aren't this god tier team. But I do think there is a clear difference in tier between the Patriots and the Dolphins and where the Jets are. And are the Jets the top of their tier? Yes. Are the Patriots and Dolphins bottom of their tier? I would say yes. But I think there's still a tier gap here. This is the difference between, I don't know, Derek Carr and Mac Jones, right? I'm not saying Mac Jones sucks, but Derek Carr is a better quarterback. Kyler's a better quarterback. Dak Prescott's a better quarterback. Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback. You know, Mac's in the tier with Tannehill and Matt Ryan and Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts and guys like Jameis Winston, guys like that. So I understand in theory, yeah, split with Miami, split with New England, but I don't know if we can say I don't trust the Jets to beat the Patriots. I don't trust the Jets to beat a Bill Belichick defense. I don't trust the Jets to beat Miami. I don't trust them to be able to stop Tyreek and Waddle and Gesicki. Can they? I guess maybe, but I wouldn't. I would pick sweeps.
See, but Miami. I think the Patriots at this point are more like what they've been, and they had Bill Belichick. But if you look position by position, I would think you would agree the Jets are better at the majority of positions.
Let's see.
Offensive line, I think they're better. D-line, I think they're better.
I really like New England's offensive line.
You look at what the Jets added. They have Lincoln Tomlinson added. Becton's basically getting added. AVT had a great rookie year. He should only improve. If Fant can continue what he's doing in a contract year, he's good. And then you look at,
Trent Brown's good. Michael Onwenu is going to have a spot. David Andrews is a top 8 center in the league. Yes, we can quibble on the Cole Strange pick, but if there's a position to take in the first round that's going to work, it's guard. It always has been. Chances are that pick works. Like Patriots or not, that guards just work in the first round usually. Chris Lindstrom worked. Lincoln Tomlinson was a first round pick. He worked. Zach Martin, so on, Quentin Nelson. If you pick a guard in the first round, even if it was a reach like Cole Strange, at least by my draft board, those usually work. So I don't know. I think at best it's probably a push to me. On the offensive line, I think the Patriots have the better quarterback. I think.
I'd also say I think losing Josh McDaniels is going to be bigger than people expect. It's also like you're going from Josh McDaniels to right now it looks like Joe Judge.
And Patricia too.
And like as much as like Matt or Mike LaFleur is unproven, he showed last year flashes of his play calling, and it took him a couple weeks to get comfortable, but towards the end of the year, they were doing plays that were working out the talent, and now you add that talent back to it.
Yeah, okay.
I also think if you're the Jets, though, it's like obviously the Bills are the best team in the division, but that's not the team you need to beat. The team you need to beat are the Patriots and the Dolphins.
Yeah, that's fair. I think the Lions are better than the Jets. I look, Do we want to go position by position here as well?
We do that all day. But I just think it's also like with the Lions, I don't love Dan Campbell. I don't love Jared Goff.
I think you know what you're going to get out of Jared Goff. I think Dan Campbell is
You're gonna get a quarterback that can occasionally throw the ball.
That's what most quarterbacks are paid to do, Jack. I
That's
think
basically Jared Goff.
I don't know how much of a hot take that is. I really like the Lions roster. I do, and I love how they've built in the trenches. They have a star center, they have a star left tackle, they have a star right tackle in their guards. One was a Pro Bowler last year, Jonah Jackson. The other, Hal Vaitai, is supposed to play tackle, but you're going to kick him into guard to facilitate a generational tackle prospect. So, I mean, I would take the Lions, but
I think too with the Jets, I think in a way he's gonna be underrated even as a first round pick. Jermaine Johnson is gonna be very, I think, he's gonna be slept on pick because he's not gonna start most likely. But he's gonna be out there for majority of snaps. He's gonna be fresh. That's one thing they have this year. They have those bodies on the D line where they're gonna be fresh late in the game. Which if the game is close, that matters. Obviously the game doesn't matter if the game's not close, but the game's close, that's gonna matter.
That's fair. That
could be the best position. I think that's their best position group.
All right, let's move on from the Jets. We got a Shrews S Roos 13 says the Chiefs come in third place in the AFC West.
I'm gonna disagree. I think the Chiefs win the division.
That's not a hot take. It's a bad take.
Yeah, I agree. I'm also going to play devil's advocate here. If you really think the Chiefs are going to stink, they could finish fourth. I don't know. I would pick them to win the division, but
this is one of those takes where
think they finish third.
This is one of those takes too where you're pigeonholed into third place. They could stink and
the Jets
fourth.
are going to go exactly 13-4. Probably not, but if they do, if they pop, they could go 14-3, and you lose your take anyways.
Yeah.
It's also in that division.
Finish fourth, and you still lose your take because they finished third.
In that division too, fourth place could be in playoff consideration too.
Yeah, this is a good
point.
Are
we picking all 4 teams?
Losing too many games in the
every time?
No, that is not a thing. That is not going to happen.
Every single time I've said the NFC West is going to have 4 playoff teams. It's never happened.
It's so hard because eventually it's just you're beating up on each other. And in another division, there's going to be that second team that's not beating up on each other.
Yeah, you're going to have a Jags and Texans division that the Colts finagle their way to 9 wins. Even last year, the Ravens and Browns were both 8-9 teams. Sure, you could have squeezed out wins in other places, but the fact of the matter is the Ravens were 10th in the AFC, 11th in the AFC at 8-9. So I just think it's too top heavy to really say 4 teams from a division are going to make it, even as talented of a division as the AFC West. Although I don't think the Raiders are that good. The Raiders are fine.
The AFC too. The AFC's just stacked this year too, so it's even harder.
All right. Any other takes you guys want to get to, or shall we start the main segment of our show?
I'm just taking a look at some other sports. Obviously, the sports world is kind of slowed out right now. There's baseball still going. Nobody cares about MLS except for me, apparently. So
it'll be a fun week for baseball. Trade deadline in less than a week.
It do in fact be like that. Any takes you want to touch on?
The latest soccer take is me saying the U.S. is going to win the World Cup, and I made that take months ago.
January? I don't think they win the World Cup.
I don't think they do either. I was just making it to be bold. It has 2 agrees and 14 disagrees.
And that's
I think they can easily make the semifinals. So that's
whoa. Okay.
Whoa.
I just think. Well, real quick, I'll dive into it, and then we'll move on. But they're a very young team, and they have the difference between the old teams and this team is they have those players in Europe, and they're young too, but they have enough experience now. And you look at their best players. Goalie's going to be a question. Probably Matt Turner. Who knows? It could be 5 guys. But you look at that starting 10 or the rest of the starting 11. It'll be very good. And they're young. They have pace. They're going to be bold. And at a certain point, they're going to be playing with house money. And I think that's dangerous.
Okay. Also, breaking news: the Falcons have named Mariota the starter. Okay,
that
I agree with. Huh?
That just now came out?
Yeah, I just got a push.
Okay.
So while I agree with everything you said, I'm going to make a comparison here. So you know how every couple years there's the thought of, hey, I wonder if this college football team could beat the worst NFL team. No, because everyone at the NFL level is an NFL caliber player. The college players only have a handful of them, right? Even 2001 Miami, 19 LSU, 13 Florida State. They only have so many guys. They don't have depth upon depth upon depth of NFL players. NFL teams do have depth upon depth upon depth. And I think this is the high-end talent is there for the U.S., the Pulisics of the world. But I don't think the depth is there. I don't think you go 7 or 8 deep on your starting 11 and you're having the same quality players that it takes to get to the semifinal of a World Cup. Even you look at teams that don't get to the last 4 at a World Cup. Brazil did not make the last 4 at the last World Cup. They have an absurd amount of talent because it's the semifinals. Only 4 teams get there. So I think, will the U.S. be much better than they were in 14? I think so. Obviously, they're a better product than 18 because they actually qualified for the darn thing. Let's not talk about that ever again. But semifinal is quite bold.
See, I don't think there's a lack of depth because you look at someone like Weston McKennie, who is a world-class player at Ventus. You could he's going to start, but you can make a real argument that he shouldn't start. Center back would probably be John Brooks and someone to be named later. But right back, you got Sergio Dest. You put Tyler Adams, Pulisic in the midfield. I think there's depth there. It's the last couple guys on the roster aren't as depth, but obviously in any knockout sport, which the World Cup becomes after 3 matches, you need a little luck too. Mm-hmm. So it just matters, can that little luck go their way?
Yeah, I don't have the stand or the groups memorized or anything, but all it could take is a bad matchup. Like what I think is Germany-England in 2010. Yeah. Like it didn't really matter how good the English side was. They weren't actually that good that year. They didn't play particularly well at the World Cup. But if it was like the ringers of England, they're just not beating Germany with Ozil and Mueller and Neuer in goal. Like you're just not going to beat that. And that just happened to be their round of 16 match, while like it was USA Ghana. Like if England and Germany probably mollywopped the other. Well, they didn't, but they probably would have beaten them in a knockout fixture. So that's just kind of the luck of the draw there. You know, who's getting knocked out. Germany got knocked out in the first round in the group stage of the last World Cup. Like South Korea beat them 2-0, which is still one of the weirdest results I can remember.
Listen, the fun thing about sports is that's why you play them, because you just never know what's going to happen. So
and it's always something we'll got to dive deeper in once it gets closer. It's only 3 months away.
You know what we should do when it comes out, or when FIFA comes out, because FIFA 23 is going to have the World Cup. We should do it like a World Cup mode and like see if we can get Team USA to win it. That'd be pretty fun.
That'd be fun. That would be fun. I have my Twitch set up, and we have the uSTADIUM Twitch, of course. We need to figure out how to like save our broadcast, because I went on the other day and only the last 2 were saved.
Twitch is weird. We're gonna have to like figure that out. Also,
I have Mario Kart now on the Wii, but I have Mario Kart now. So I was very, very happy when I got to the mail today.
Mario Kart Wii is very fun.
Got a Wii, got a game of Mario Kart. I also have a Wii wheel. I've never used it with.
Oh, those are insane. Have you not used the Wii wheel before?
I've used it. Well, I used it for a different racing game.
Okay.
And I used
it. There's nothing like using it with Mario Kart. Resident gamer here, but there's like.
It was fun. Mario Kart is a good time. I wish I could connect to the internet so I could like get some good ghost things so I could get better at it. But hey, I played. It was fun.
He's a gamer, folks.
Yes. I was playing MLB Power Pros today, and I made a joke in the chat. The uSTADIUM network is now being replaced by the Power Pros network. It's just going to be me playing MLB Power Pros 2008, 24/7. I'm going to make 2022 correct rosters. So that means the Yankees are going to be good. Well, they were good in 08, but the Yankees, the Mets, you were getting the Alonsos, the Judges, Goldschmidt, Arenado, Lindor, Miguel Cabrera, Joey Votto.
I need to get this game and see what the hype's all about.
It is elite. It is the best sports game I've ever played. It's so in depth. The only issue I have is it's really hard to draw walks sometimes. So you have to like bump up the difficulty to draw walks, and then at that point you're also striking out a bunch too. So it's like I like drawing walks. I like being patient at the plate. So
I actually got this old MLB game. It's called like the Bigs 2. I want to try it out.
I've played the Bigs.
How is it? What's your advice?
I mean, it's been 10 years, but I did play it back in the day.
All right.
I thought it was a weird story. I don't know. I think MLB Power Pros to me is the gold standard for video game baseball. Even over MLB The Show, MLB 2K. I just think the baseball is fun, and the baseball is the point of the game. Like I appreciate the fancy graphics and the animations and how everything's accurate and whatnot, but I appreciate the stats, and I can track WAR in MLB The Show, and I can do this, that, the other. But
like you said,
the game
at the end of the day, the gameplay is supposed to be like the most fun.
I don't enjoy playing MLB The Show. I've never enjoyed.
I like MLB The Show, especially the new version.
I mean, I think it's fun, but it's not even my third. It's my third favorite baseball sim, which is a problem. Because it's the only
considering
one
it's the
players.
Baseball sim. Like it's the only one that's out. Like, and you think it's your third favorite.
It'd be like if Madden was my third favorite football sim to play. That just shouldn't happen. It's second college football. I do prefer playing
college football is coming back, by the way.
Yes, next year, next summer, around this time next year, all three of us will be, jamming out. Episode 133 of the Sports Desk. It's just gonna be us playing.
It's just footage of us playing EA Sports college football. I'm not even a college guy, and I'm gonna get the game. I
need the mascot mashup to return so I can stick people with the Stanford tree.
That's gonna be hilarious. Okay. Anyway, let's talk some NFL training camp because it's back in action. I think this Saturday or Sunday is when they're back together. Saturday, Sunday, whatever the heck that's called.
There's a football game in 8 days.
Oh yeah, the Hall of Fame game's in 8 days.
Folks,
it is Jags. I think it's Jags.
Jags and Raiders. Okay.
It's so weird to be excited for a Jags Raiders game,
especially where it's known the starters are gonna play.
But it's football. We're gonna. It's the whole NFL.
Remember the Hall of Fame game last year? Do you remember what it was?
It was Steelers and Cowboys, I think.
Yeah.
And the highlight of the game was the Steelers punter,
Presley Harvin.
Just launching a nuke at some
point. Oh, Ben DiNucci, the GOAT. He had a 40 PFF grade, I think, in that game.
I felt so weird tweeting that one because the hashtags weren't out yet. I was just doing hashtag Cowboys, hashtag Steel. It was so weird.
Oh, what are they called? There's a specific name for them, right?
Hash flags is what they're called.
That's okay.
They weren't out at the time.
Darn. Okay. I'm gonna go on a soapbox. I don't like how the Steelers is here we go.
Here we go. They never use it. Isn't that the former Bud Light slogan? They never say here we go anymore.
Is
that a line from Renegade?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna
it's
Google
not even
that.
It's here we go. I believe it's from a song. I don't know. I don't think it's from Renegade, but I get the importance in the song. But if you were a fan of any other team, you have no idea. If it was hashtag here we go, there is negative context to that. There is actually no context to that.
Without the hash flag, without the little Steelers logo in front of it, there's no context. That's the thing about hash flags. It's it has to have some context with the team for people to understand it because it's not there 24/7. Once the season ends for most of the teams, it goes away. So
some teams it makes sense, Ravens Flock or Take Command or Bills Mafia, Go Patriots, things like that. Sure, 100%. Jet Up, Fly Eagles Fly, sure, 100%. But there's a couple that are just bizarre, and it baffles me. I understand, from a Steelers perspective, it's important to them, but I think it's also incredibly generic.
I don't even know where it comes from. I don't know what it means. I'm gonna see that. Why do
Yeah.
So I looked at the lyrics to Renegade and it's not anywhere in the song.
Okay, here we go. Steelers is a fight song.
Okay.
That is the lamest fight song. Just name.
Oh my god.
It was written in 1994.
What are even the lyrics?
Okay, hold the phone. The Wikipedia page.
I'm looking at the Wikipedia for it right now.
Here we go. Is 3 lines of text. Also, the field is called Acusure. That's just an L.
It's 2 lines for me. That's how small it is. It says,
Oh my goodness.
it remains popular among Pittsburghers despite being updated due to the departure of several players mentioned in the original lyrics, and that the Steelers no longer need to win that one from the thumb after their Super Bowl win. Or is it Super Bowl 40? I can't do Roman numerals.
Super Bowl 40.
XL 40.
Look, this is legitimately annoying. This is so lame. Like, if I said, let's go team, and then pretended that was the hash flag for the Ravens. Do you
For
know
the Washington football team, would have made sense.
that one actually works. Like, that one gets on my nerves. Steelers fans and I can argue about a lot of things. That one gets on my nerves. I don't think there's any. I can change my mind about a lot of things. Here we go is the dumbest hash flag. Anyways, here we go into a actual and real legitimate segment of our show. Kyle Shanahan said to the universe, Trey Lance is my quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo, you can kick rocks. Jimmy Garoppolo is on the trade market. Who's going to take him? We don't know. It's probably going to be some sort of injury. Think Sam Bradford. Think a couple years ago. Think Teddy Bridgewater a couple years ago. Think like Kerry Vidvik, the kicker, a couple years ago. So if someone gets injured, I don't want to say a name even as an example because that's just inconsiderate, but generic quarterback 1 gets injured and the backup is, I don't know, Tim Tebow, then maybe you bring in Jimmy Garoppolo and try to win games. That's what I'm thinking. But then again, if no serious quarterback injuries, how often does a quarterback get seriously injured in the preseason, especially now when you have teams like the Rams who don't care about the preseason, you have teams like the Ravens who I don't think are going to play their starters much more than 2 plays this preseason just because of how bad last year went.
I don't like seeing starters in the preseason anymore.
See, I think it matters the team though. It's like with the Jets, I kind of want them to play a little more because they're all young, they're all unproven. Mm-hmm. They haven't played with each other before, but obviously with teams like the Rams, the Ravens, where you have
I agree with you that it's really team dependent. Yeah. Like Sean McVay in I think it was the 2018 preseason. Played his defensive starters for 1 series. They got an interception. It ended it was like the first series of the game. They got a pick, and then they didn't touch the field the rest of the game. Even for that 1 series, I was just like, oh god, just like anything can happen, and it's just.
And there's no value for most of the league in playing in preseason, and that's not to say there's no value for anyone, but say. I'm going to use the Jets as an example. There's plenty of players that should play in the preseason 100%. What's the point for CJ Mosley? What's the point for LaMarcus Joyner? What's the point for Connor McGovern? What's the point for George Fant? What's the point for Braxton Berrios, Corey Davis?
Zach Wilson? Is there a point for
Zach Wilson? I want to see Zach Wilson a couple 2 to 3 drives. And then if he's good in the first game, don't play him the rest. If he's iffy, keep him in, let him get some confidence back. But for me, it's the same thing with summer league. These young guys, I get football, there's injuries a higher risk.
Right.
But these young guys, there's no reason they shouldn't be playing. They don't have that much experience. They're young. I get it's different in football and basketball.
I think summer league is a little different in that it's mostly just first or second year players.
Yeah. Summer league now is just
3 months away from
top 5 pick. You don't play at all.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Ben Caro got held out after dominating he plays 30 minutes, balls out, and the Magic are stop.
Meanwhile, you have LeBron James playing in the Drew League.
And didn't Trey Young and John Collins lose in the Drew League? I think LeBron
they did lose.
Too.
They played on the same team that LeBron beat.
Oh, LeBron won?
Pretty sure he won.
Okay, I guess maybe it was
anyway
that I saw that. Okay.
Anyway,
Trey Lance is the QB1 in San Francisco. Trey area is a thing, ladies and gentlemen. On a scale of 1 to 10, Josh, how pumped are you?
How comfortable am I with Trey Lance?
Pumped.
Oh, pumped. To me, them announcing Trey Lance as a starter is the equivalent of what Jack just said with them announcing Marcus Mariota as a starter. I knew it. We knew he's going to be the starter. It would be more concerning if you didn't already know. You traded
Jack, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to plug the banana
I'm a
in here?
6. I can't exactly say I knew it was coming until Jimmy Garoppolo sent his trade request. I honestly thought Garoppolo was the week 1 starter. They were going to give Lance a little more time to settle in, and then he would be starting by the end of the year. Like, he'd be the full-blown starter. But then there was the Garoppolo trade request. He ended up getting out of there, or he's going to be ending up getting out of there. And now they just say, they just go right away and say, you're the starter. It's your team. Go nuts. He showed flashes last season, but like, can he do that on a more consistent basis? It's like, I feel like the only way you're going to get like immediate success out of this is if the dude turns into Justin Herbert 2.0. Like, you saw Justin Herbert 10 seconds before his NFL career started. He was told he was starting week 2. And then he just exploded. Like, you need that out of Trey Lance.
See, but I think with that roster, it's the same thing with Zach Wilson. Like, you need him to be in that top 15.
Yeah, I guess not the exact same thing, because like Justin Herbert, obviously he has pieces. The 49ers, they have pieces. So like, he
Justin Herbert had an awful defense.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the Niners, they were one drive away from being the Super Bowl, and they're one drive away from winning the Super Bowl.
Jaquiski Tart dropping an interception away from the Super Bowl.
I still can't believe that.
Sorry, Jack. That's just fact.
I don't think you're wrong. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't think you're wrong.
The Rams championship is fraudulent. The Dodgers won a Mickey Mouse ring.
Okay,
LeBron
Mr.
James
Braves
won a ring actually at Disney World.
All right, we're getting splashed out of here.
I disagree with the LeBron take. I think it's harder to win in the bubble, actually.
I actually agree with that. I think that's one that it doesn't count twice like Nick Wright wants it to.
That one is so weird because it's like
there were no home games.
You see, if the Lakers were a lower
there's
seed,
no the virtual fans, I should say, but there was no like actual fans. There's like, you're constantly stuck in like these buildings all day long.
It's also like they were supposed to have home field advantage or home court advantage throughout the whole playoffs.
Yeah,
they didn't get it. And it's like the same thing about I feel like with the Dodgers too. It's like, yeah, there was a shorter season, but every team had the same challenge. There was like, they went through like the first few months of what was supposed to be the season in quarantine, and then figuring out how they were going to get ready for a season that we weren't even sure was going to happen. So
to be fair, the Dodgers definitely left the bubble because I don't know how Justin Turner got COVID.
Yeah, I think that was the MLB being stupid with the bubble. That was just the MLB.
Yeah, that year was rigged. I was supposed to go to the World Series.
I'll never forget Justin Turner. They announced like an hour before his COVID.
That was like, why are you letting him play in a game?
With the team.
Why are you letting he played in the game until the 8th inning? Why are you letting him play in a game when his COVID test is inconclusive?
They let him also celebrate with.
Yeah, like he wasn't even wearing his mask. Like the players were like, "Oh, we accepted the risk," and it was like, just I'm sorry, but if he has an inconclusive test, he shouldn't even be in the building.
Yeah, we can have a heavily politicized conversation about COVID, but I think that was just strange from an MLB perspective.
Yeah.
Anywho, whether you agree or disagree, it was just inconsistent.
Anywho, whether or not Splash thinks all these championships are fraudulent, they're not. But
they are. The only legitimate LA ring is none of them because they all belong to Stan Kroenke.
The LA Kings would like a word with you.
The Kings should be in Sacramento.
Do you think the LA Kings, the hockey team, should be in Sacramento?
Yeah, never heard someone argue.
Where did that come from?
Actually, might be better at they might be better basketball than the Sacramento Kings. Let me put it that way.
Honestly, they might. I mean, their arena the Lakers play basketball there. So
was it? Oh, it wasn't Talking Stick. That was the Suns. It was.
Yeah, Talking Stick was the Suns.
Sleeping.
Oh my God, the Coyotes, by the way, playing in ASU. That's gonna happen next year.
Yikes! Hey, the Steelers play at Pitt.
We're off on like the weirdest tangent. We're supposed to be talking about Trey Lance, and we're just like,
yeah, to me, with Trey Lance, he's
okay. I'm gonna give you.
You asked me how excited I am. I think I'm like a 6 out of 10. I think there's definitely potential. He's got to mesh well with those pieces though, and he had the year, and he has had some play time last year. There were a couple. He did have a couple like really awesome passes. He had like 2 or 3 touchdowns, I think.
It's just weird. Like, has a quarterback ever played less in like a 3-year span, and it's not due to injuries?
That's
like,
a good
he didn't
point.
play North Dakota State because their season got canceled.
Yeah, he played one game. In 2020.
Yeah. The year before,
That was his first year as a starter.
first year starting, and then
Wasn't
last
that year he
played-
had 40 total? He had 40 touchdowns and no interceptions.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh man.
And then last year, obviously, he only played like 3 games. It just like he's so unknown. It's like he'd go out there and be amazing, go out there and be a bust, and like nothing would surprise me.
Okay. Speaking of surprising, Josh, I don't know if you have the Yankees game on, but a certain Aaron Judge hit a long fly ball. Tell me which ballpark it would have been a home run at. It wasn't a home run at Citi Field, but there was one ballpark that it would be a home run at.
I'm gonna guess Yankee Stadium.
No, incorrect.
Fenway Park.
False.
Yeah,
No.
Fenway's a good guess.
No, not Fenway. It's a different place at the Yankee zone.
A different Minnesota.
Yes. That would have been a home run at Target Field, nowhere else.
Yeah, tonight's an important game.
Yeah, that I do you follow Would It Dong?
I do, yeah.
I've seen the unique ones at Wrigley, Trop, Yankee Stadium, Fenway, and Target Field. Like I've seen it a couple times, but that's not one Target Field unique home run. That's pretty cool though. I like the unicorn home runs. They don't happen often, but there's the inverted unicorn. They happen a lot at Oracle. That there's just triples alley where home runs go to die.
Yeah.
Fun times. Speaking of, if I said Trey Lance will be quarterback 15 this season, do you think he is more likely to be better than 15 or worse than 15?
Fantasy or just ranking wise?
NFL. Like at the end of the season, when I do quarterback rankings 1 to 32, will it be higher than 15 or lower than 15?
I think he could actually. There's potential to be higher than 15.
I think a lot of people are gonna say
It's weird because I was like a 6 out of 10 on him, but like I just need to see it still.
So I think it's gonna go against him. A lot of people are gonna say like, oh, like Jimmy Garoppolo did this, so like it's not that impressive. If that makes sense, like, oh, you have all these weapons, you have Kyle Shanahan. I think he'll be a top 15 quarterback though, so I'd say above. But I can see people like discrediting him because it's not like he has to beat what Jimmy Garoppolo did.
They're gonna say like, oh, it was all his pieces too, or like if
Yeah.
Debo ends up staying, they're gonna say, oh, Debo carried them.
Yeah.
Which...
Imagine if we had this conversation about Mahomes in 2018. like that was the
that
first
would
time
not
my
have
mind went
aged
to.
well
But
at
also
all.
different is like Alex Smith got them to like they got Mahomes because they couldn't get past the playoffs. Like they couldn't get past the first round. Jimmy Garoppolo got them to the Super Bowl, got them to the NFC Championship.
It would be so.
So it's like that's what the
hilarious.
expectations are for the Niners. It's like Super Bowl or bust. But like the Chiefs at the time, it was like, oh, hopefully Patrick Mahomes can get us like passed around in the playoffs.
Good point. Do you
That
remember what team
expectation
Alex Smith
got.
beat in the playoffs?
Beat the Titans. Marcus Mariota had that play.
Marcus Mariota successfully completes a pass to Marcus Mariota.
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Derek Johnson.
Patriots.
Tennessee Mariotas.
Derek Johnson, nearly the greatest play in the history of sports, but it got called back. The correct answer is Houston. They went down to Houston 130-0. Which surprises no one. Speaking of surprising no one, NFL teams are back at training camp. Marquise Brown is once again missing training camp time with soft tissue injury, but his quarterback was told, hey, Kyler, step your research up, bro. You got to watch 4 hours of film every week. If you don't, we're going to void your entire contract. This is a large contract, 5 years, $230.1 million.
He has to watch. What is it? He has to watch 4 hours of
film.
independent study film by himself. Tom Grossi made the most hysterical parody video of that whole thing.
Oh boy. Does it have anything to do with school?
Kind of. It was like a dad checking up on Kyler Murray. It was just like, hey, it was like the Cardinals were like the dad. They were like, hey, Kyler, have you done your homework yet? Have you watched your film yet? And he's just like constantly taking away his stuff to like that was stopping him from distracting it. And at the very end, he's like, why aren't you studying your film? And Kyler was like, we're playing the Seahawks this week. Oh, never mind. Enjoy your game.
Jeez. Low blow.
I love how everyone said he should go to the MLB to make more money. And
that was stupid.
He's in the NFL. He got drafted by the A's, who their payroll, I'm pretty sure, is less than what he's going to make.
It's like essentially the same.
Yeah.
It's like 46 to like 48 million. And
So it's safe
the
to say
funniest part is people knew he was a quarterback. They knew he was the #1 overall draft pick in the NFL draft. They knew in year 4, year 5, he was going to get $23+ million. Yet it takes a long time for a Major League Baseball player to make $23 million a year. Matt Olson is a good baseball player. He's not getting paid $23 million a year until ever. He's making $22 million a year. So I think it's just a former A, by the way. I think it was almost nearsighted that, yes, there's an injury risk. But guess what? If you are so concerned about injuries, 1, why are you playing professional sports? 2, you're going to make more money in the NFL. So you playing even 2 or 3 seasons in the NFL, you would have to work a decade in Major League Baseball because there's just so much player control. Like we talked about Juan Soto, he's going to be 24 in October. He's under contract for 2 more years. He's under team control for 2 more years. Potentially the greatest player of his generation, a top 10 potential player ever, is under contract until he's 26.
It's also like at a certain point, you're going to make so much money each. Like choose the sport you want to play.
Mm-hmm.
Money should not be the
right
deciding factor. Oh, should I play in the MLB or should I play in the NFL? Either way.
And guess what? He's gonna get commercials. He's gonna get endorsements. He's a popular player. Obviously, that helps being an NFL quarterback. But what's the commercial that he's in? Is he in a Subway commercial?
Which one, Kyler?
Yeah.
I think he's in that. I don't think it's Head and Shoulders. No. There was like a VR commercial. He was using VR to like throw.
He's in Rocket Mortgage.
Yeah, Rocket Mortgage. He was like throwing.
Oh, he's also in the Heisman House one with Tebow.
Oh yeah, that one's funny.
Yeah.
The Heisman House commercials are funny.
I need more Heisman House commercials. I need Lamar to be in a couple. I need Lamar to get endorsement deals so the
unfortunately
$1 million a year.
I wonder if Progressive is going to keep doing At Home with Baker Mayfield, but like there's like a transition where he's moving.
I don't know if it's real. I heard he proposed to Progressive that he does a moving out one, and they said no. Like so he would move out.
I was gonna say there should be one where he's like moving into the new stadium.
I did not like the moving out idea, so it could be the end of a relationship.
Has he ever met Flo in a commercial?
No.
What?
It's like its own separate thing.
Greatest anime crossover, and it hasn't happened. It's a shame. That is the greatest anime betrayal in my book. Okay, if you tangent, you get 3 picks. Your Mount Rushmore of NFL players in commercials.
Cam Newton.
Okay, Cam Newton. He had was it Danimals, right?
It was like the Greek yogurt company. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah. Okay, I like that one. Jack, who's on your Mount Rushmore of NFL?
Who is on my Mount Rushmore? I'm very tempted to go for the low hanging fruit and say the Matthew Stafford AT&T one.
Okay, that's just because Lily's in it.
Yeah, that's what you would say. I don't know. I like the Aaron Donald invisible one. That one was funny.
That one's funny. I like that one.
That one was really funny.
I like the one with like Baker and Saquon. It's like Hulu has live sports, but it's the one with just their heads.
Freaking not Baker Mayfield's face on not Baker Mayfield's body.
That's a good one. LaDainian Tomlinson.
Todd Gurley was actually doing.
I think Zion has a couple good ones. I like the Zion on Doritos and Mountain Dew.
Todd Gurley was like on a whole. He was doing like a whole ad campaign where like he had a cat, and the cat's name was Mr. Hulu Has Live Sports.
I remember that.
He had his own Instagram account with the cat.
Wow.
It was just like.
I think the best one to me is LaDainian Tomlinson with the visor trying to put the mail away. The ESPN commercial.
Yeah, that one's good.
This is Sports Center. It is 1-0 Metropolitans.
Yeah, Pete Alonso home run.
Hey, look. When the Mets play the Braves, they say home runs don't count. So why do home runs count when they play the Yankees?
Yeah, I don't think it should count. Barely went over. It literally barely went over.
Mickey Mouse home run, anyone? Would that have been a home run at Yankee Stadium?
Oh my God, here we go again, folks.
Probably. I don't know how far it is. I think it would be.
How did the Astros lose 2 out of 3 to the A's?
The Dodgers lost 2 out of 3 to who did they put? The Nationals.
And
they beat them today, 7-1, but they still lost 2 out of 3. So
The last time the Astros won the World Series, they got swept by the A's. So maybe it's a sign.
That'll work. Former or future Brave Luis Castillo just allowed a home run.
Well, that's another decision. I don't know why they're pitching him. That makes no sense to me.
Also, Nick Fortis, whatever, the Miami catcher, has like a really high slugging percentage for being who he is. So congratulations. Frankie said Vogelbach swings like he just started playing baseball.
For the Reds, you're going to trade him. Why would you ever pitch him and risk injury? Because you're going to get serious prospects for him. To me, that's a interesting decision by the Reds.
Good point.
But they're also an interesting franchise.
Okay, here's my pitch. The Braves should trade Ian Anderson and a sack of potatoes to the Reds for Luis Castillo.
I think I'm very confident that he'll be a Yankee. I know Jason is too. So
yeah, I mean, I don't honestly know what the Braves would even offer for Castillo. Are you just giving them pitchers, like just replacing Castillo with Kyle Mueller and obviously not Strider, Mueller and Bryce Elder and Ian? Is Ian Anderson a tradable piece right now? Because he stinks.
You have to beat Peraza, which is tough. I think the Yankees are willing to go up Peraza. They are, and that's a tough piece to beat for a lot of teams. If you add Trey Sweeney, the pitching prospects are willing to add. I think they're very. When Cashman wants someone, he goes after them, and he wanted Castillo for a long time.
He could go to the Dodgers as well.
I think that's where Montas goes. We'll see though. What? 6 days now. 6 days till.
Do you think the Braves? Have you heard anything about the Braves? Because I've heard they're interested in Benintendi and Castillo.
Yeah, I think everyone's interested in Benintendi. I know Happ is getting a lot of interest too. The switch hitting is definitely big.
Yeah, I would take a switch hitter because the problem to me with Benintendi is not a problem, but you're just replacing Eddie Rosario. Both of them are left-handed hitting left fielders. Yes, it's cool that he's better than Eddie Rosario, but that doesn't solve the problem. It just kind of adds on to the problem. It's the same. It's not adding a new wrinkle. It's the same wrinkle.
Yeah. I mean, I've debated this on the spaces. I'm much more of an Ian Happ guy than I am a Benintendi guy. I just think the switch hitting, he's starting to show consistency too, and I believe the team that gets Happ, if it's the Yankees, will get Robertson with him, and I would love to have that.
Ooh, that would be a nice one. Then you can send Chapman off to outer space.
Chapman should be in. They can get Noah, and Chapman should be in outer space.
Yeah. Okay. Basky coming in. He says Peyton, Eli, Palomalu, and Marshawn.
Palomalu is a good answer. That's
a good answer. I agree.
What's that? That was the Head and Shoulders one?
Head and Shoulders.
That one was goated. That one was really
good. What
did
Marshawn do?
Never not working. Which one?
I've never seen the Marshawn. What was Marshawn's company?
I think Marshawn's been in a. I'm here so I won't get fined. Was he in the Who Has Live Sportsman too? Marshawn Lynch is hilarious.
And then Peyton and Eli are in like a million commercials. So.
Oh, Marshawn Lynch was in a Manscaped one.
Probably the nationwide commercials for Peyton.
With the country music star.
Yeah, Brad Paisley.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Jack, you were way too quick with that. Are you a country music fan?
I'm not. I just know that commercial. I've seen it a million times.
Okay, 81 episodes and I find out my co-host likes country music.
I mean, there's some good country music out there, but I'm not much of a country music guy. Josh,
are you a country music fan? Okay. I have survived a day, and both of my parents, of course, love country music. So, okay. Anyways, we are way off track here. Let's get back on track. Chris Carson, some sad news. Chris Carson has a medical retirement from the NFL, neck injury. He just couldn't stay healthy. He was a productive back, former 7th-round pick out of Oklahoma State. Just couldn't stay healthy consistently. Variety of head injuries, neck injuries. So the Seahawks will answer the bell with Kenneth Walker, their 41st overall pick in this year's draft, and former number 27 overall pick Rashad Penny. So do you guys think this changes anything, or?
I don't think it changes much. I mean, you never want to see someone be forced to retire.
I felt that Carson was maybe going to be RB2 potentially RB1. I don't know. I thought they were gonna look at Rashad Penny a lot this year.
Also, Kenneth Walker.
I think it's bigger for fantasy than for anything else.
Yeah. Obviously, it sucks too. Like you always hate to see like a forced retirement, but
also to another Seahawks retirement. KJ Wright today, Sunday, 1-day contract with the Seahawks, so he could retire as a Hawk. Congratulations to Wright and Carson. Happy trails. Happy trails. One guy that is not retiring just yet is Julio Jones. He is going to Tampa Bay to join Tom Brady, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and Russell Gage, I believe a former teammate of Julio Jones. So we can segue this into this or that, but I'm of the opinion that Russell Gage is a more impactful player today than Julio Jones is. Do you share
like
this opinion?
the signing. I mean, obviously they have Kate Ottens, who's going to take part of Gronk's role, but that's a lot of targets, and I think Julio kind of fits them, and he can have, obviously he's not going to be Julio old, but he can have a little resurgence. I think it's a good ad for the team.
I don't know what Julio is bringing to you at this point. I don't think Julio Jones is a top 40 receiver in the NFL. I don't know if he's a top 50 receiver in the NFL at this point. There's just so many talented guys around the league that even like good Julio, obviously like Falcons Julio, different story, but like Julio just hasn't been the same guy over the last few years. I don't think he's not going to win in the same way. I would, if you're like interested in running routes, I think Godwin's better. I think Gage is better. I think if you're interested in like contested catches, I think Mike Evans is a better contested catch guy. I think even Russell Gage had some flashes of being a really nice contested catch guy in Atlanta last year. He mossed the Niners DB in one of the classic highlights. So I don't think Julio moves the needle. It's a big name, obviously future Hall of Famer. I don't think it moves the needle at all.
I look at it as luxury signing.
That's true.
Yeah, I think he's still a red zone weapon, and you're gonna have like third cornerback.
He's going to be like what
Julio
we probably
Jones, red zone weapon. What?
I think he's
probably the entire state of Georgia is angry at you, Josh.
It's also that, like, it's not like Antonio Brown. Like, he's not gonna cause any drama.
That's fair.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like,
you're
you
right.
sign him.
I think Splash. You know how we thought the role that OBJ was going to have on the Rams before Robert Woods got hurt. I think that's probably what it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, like a wide receiver 3 type. But
yeah,
I would put Gage in that. I think Gage is
3-4 somewhere around.
A better player right now than Julio is right now.
Obviously, Julio can still do stuff, but I don't think you need him as badly as everybody else.
Productive. Like he had every opportunity to be the number 1 receiver in Tennessee. He had every opportunity to be better than AJ Brown. He just wasn't. AJ Brown didn't have.
I always thought AJ Brown was better.
For sure,
I don't think that was much of a question.
I think it's also like now you're playing with like Tom Brady. I think it's like a little research. It's like kind of like playing LeBron.
Okay, I have a conspiracy.
They get better.
I have a conspiracy theory. Let me get Conspo the conspiracy. Josh, have you seen Conspo the conspiracy?
Oh boy.
Nah.
Okay. You are in for a treat. 1 second. So my issue here is I have a conspiracy. I'll be returning in 30 seconds.
He's getting his stuffed snake named Conspo, which is basically whatever he does whenever he
has
a conspiracy theory.
I think I've seen it.
Yeah, I think it's actually been a while since this was a thing on the show. So.
I think I had Conspo when I was in Arizona. Okay.
Yeah, you had him when you were in Arizona. There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
the
talking snake. Okay. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and New England Patriots reached an agreement to help out Tom Brady because Bill Belichick is a lame loser and likes losing games. They sent Shaq Mason, who is one of the top 5 to 7 guards in the NFL, for a mid-round pick that makes the Cleveland Browns look stupid for trading a 5th-round pick to get Amari Cooper, or the Ravens trading a 5th-round pick to get Calais Campbell. It is one of the most lopsided trades in the history of the NFL. So this is complete facts that the Patriots are trying to help Brady win Super Bowl number 8.
I don't like Julio Jones. Like, change their odds.
I said Shaq Mason, not Julio Jones.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, Shaq Mason. But
because Julio had nothing to do with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Conspo. I need
Maybe.
Conspo.
Doesn't Bill Belichick want to be like, oh yeah,
You need to
I'm
get
better than-"
Conspo like a little tinfoil hat.
Yes.
Doesn't
Yes.
like Bill Belichick want to be like, yeah, like I'm the guy, not Brady. I don't know.
No, he just wants to be old man Bill. He's getting senile.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what's happening there. Jeez.
Yeah, that is a disaster of a trade. There is no defense for it. There is nothing you can say to say that it's a justifiable trade.
I mean, they want a close range. What can you say?
Do you have another guard spot? You play 2 guards. Shaq Mason is a top 5 guard, a top 7.
Oh, I
guard.
agree. It was an awful trade.
Oh my goodness, Patriots! Why are you?
It was literally
actually-
just a freaking Tom Brady like.
They're
have your
helping
guy
Tom Brady.
thing.
The Patriots
Traded him for
are
a half-empty
the AAA
soda
team to
can.
the Bucks. The Patriots are the triple. They are the Oakland A's to the New York Yankees. I'm okay. Moving on.
Before Splash punches something, let's move on.
All right. Shall we go through the this or that with Julio?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Let's try to maybe do a little bit faster than we usually do, because there's a lot of names.
We don't need to go through everybody.
Right. I'm gonna do one guy per team that I think might be on the same tier as Julio Jones. Just
Okay.
rapid fire. Okay.
All
right. Rashad Bateman. Would you rather have Rashad Bateman or Julio Jones this season?
I think
Rashad
I like
Bateman.
Bateman this season.
Would you rather have Paris Campbell or Julio Jones this season?
Julio.
Julio.
Would you rather have Christian Kirk or Julio Jones this season?
Julio. I don't think Chris Kirk's one.
Julio, I think.
Would you rather have Tyler Boyd or Julio Jones?
I'd have Boyd.
Tyler Boyd, yeah.
Would you rather have Nico Collins or Julio Jones?
Julio.
Julio.
Would you rather have current Titan Robert Woods or former Titan Julio Jones?
Robert Woods.
Robert Woods.
Would you rather have
A little bit of bias behind that one. but
who the heck
still.
is Miami's third receiver now? What?
Cedric Wilson?
I would imagine you're the right.
Isn't he a running back?
No, you'd rather
Oh,
have
no, I'm
Cedric
thinking of-
Wilson over Julio.
I'm thinking of a
yes.
different guy. I'm thinking of a different guy.
Julio. I'd have Julio.
Ooh,
Yeah,
really? Okay. Would you rather have Juju or Julio?
Give me Juju. I think Juju can kind of
Yeah, I think he's having a good
explode
year.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton or Julio Jones?
Cortland Sutton.
Cortland Sutton. I can't say names today.
Josh Palmer or Julio Jones?
Julio.
Julio.
Chase Claypool or Julio Jones?
Julio.
I hate Julio.
Claypool is a walking meme.
Yeah.
Jacoby Myers or Julio Jones?
Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers.
Jamison Crowder or Julio Jones?
Jameson.
I like Jamison Crowder.
I like him. I'll go Julio.
What about that? Donovan Peoples-Jones or Julio Jones?
Ooh, I like DPJ too.
I was reading he's one of Watson's favorites early, so I think him.
I think there's a breakout potential, if you can say that, for DPJ.
Yeah.
Who's the third receiver in Vegas now? Because Edwards is gone. Ruggs is long gone. Do they have a third?
That is a good question. I have a
It's-
million tabs open right now and no
it's
second monitor.
Obviously,
so
Adams and Renfro. Who's the third?
let me look this up.
Is it Deshaun Jackson? Super Bowl champion Deshaun
Is
Jackson?
it actually Deshaun Jackson?
No,
It
it
might
can't be
be.
the third. I think they have someone else.
It was a 1-year deal. There's no way he's still on the Raiders.
Is it Demarcus Robinson? I think it's Demarcus Robinson. Okay. Would you rather have Demarcus Robinson or Julio Jones?
Julio Jones.
Okay. Would
Yeah,
you
it's
rather have?
DeMarcus Robinson.
Would you rather
Keelan
have?
Cole is there. Hunter Renfro's there still.
Would you rather have Corey Davis or Julio Jones?
Corey Davis.
I'm honestly
take
shocked
Julio.
you said that.
I'd take Julio.
Why? I'm not anti Corey Davis.
I thought you, wait, who is anti Corey Davis?
I think he'll be. I do think he's injured all the time when he's healthy. But
Okay.
Julio Jones also struggled to stay. on the
They're
field,
both
so.
injury prone, so
Okay.
it's kind of
Yeah.
tough to pick that one.
Brian Edwards or Julio Jones?
Ooh, Brian Edwards is good last
He's on the
year.
Falcons now, right?
Yes.
Just Julio, just is like I don't trust Marcus Mariota
Okay.
or that
Jarvis Landry or Julio Jones?
Landry.
Landry.
I think Juice still has it in him.
Curtis Samuel or Julio Jones?
I'll say Julio for now, but I feel like Samuel
I
might
think
have some
Curtis
impact.
because he has multiple roles on the team.
That's true.
Yeah,
He could
played
also
none of
be.
last year.
You never know. He could explode with Carson Wentz. I don't believe he's going to, but
For 2022, Jalen Tolbert or Julio Jones?
Julio Jones.
Julio.
I missed the perfect opportunity to say Nick Westbrook-Akine for the Titans. Anyways, Amir Smith-Marset for the Vikings versus Julio Jones.
Julio Jones.
Adam Thielen or Julio Jones?
Adam Thielen.
Thielen.
Okay.
Adam
Brandon
Thielen is
Ayuk
arguably.
for
Is it
Julio
safe
Jones?
to say he's still arguably a top 10 wide receiver?
Thielen?
Thielen.
No.
I don't think top 10.
Top 10 might be a little high. I think
Yeah,
he used to be there for sure, but I think
there's too many really good receivers.
yeah,
So,
there's like two. I think there might be like some kind of debate, but there's just too many receivers there.
No,
So it's-
I not after last year. I don't think.
yeah, last year was like just Jesus. He did have that year though where he was getting like 1,000 yards a game. So
Yeah.
At
or not
1,000
1,000,
yards
100 yards a game. I am all over the place today, ladies
This
and
is
gents.
true. Okay, Brandon Ayuk or Julio Jones?
Ayuk.
Quez Watkins or Julio Jones?
I think Quez Watkins has a bigger role than people think. He's that speed guy for the
Yeah,
A 92-yard touchdown last year.
I'd take Quez.
I was about to say Decaf Metcalf.
Decaf.
G. Eskridge or Julio Jones?
Julio.
Robbie Anderson or Julio Jones?
Julio.
Julio.
If anyone said Robbie Anderson, I was going
Sterling
to kick you off
Shepard
the
or
screen.
Julio Jones?
Julio.
Julio.
DJ Chark or Julio Jones?
I like DJ Chark. I think there's still potential there.
Yeah, I think I'll have a bounce back here. I'll go with Chark.
Okay. Van Jefferson or Julio Jones?
Van. He just
Yeah,
needs
I'll go
more
with Van.
targets and he can go off.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Okay. It's sad that the Bears, it's their number 2. Velus Jones or Julio Jones?
It's Julio.
Julio.
Poor
Is-
Chicago.
Okay. Where among players with the last name Jones does Julio rank at the wide receiver position?
How many players
A
have
lot.
the last name Jones?
Probably a handful. I'll just finish
I think
off.
of receivers.
Velus Jones. That's the only one I can think of. Good old James Jones, former Packer, would wear the hoodie. Okay, last 3 teams. Packers. Would you rather have Alan Lazard or Julio Jones? If you say Alan Lazard, what?
I mean, Lazard is a Hall of Famer, so
This is a valid point. Josh, you are saved. Jack, you're kicked. Okay. Julio Jones or Russell Gage?
I think Julio.
No.
Russell Gage. Russell Gage.
Russell Gage was a monster.
Russell Gage is going to have a bigger role on the team than Julio is.
And then the battle of longtime Wiley vets, AJ Green or Julio Jones.
Julio.
AJ Green had like 800 yards last
He
year.
was decent last year, I'll say.
I'm happy you mentioned Lazard, though, because I wanted to say he's a Hall of Famer.
Yes. Hall of Famer Alan Lazard, who's also
Is there like something I'm missing there? Like, why is he a Hall of Famer? Did he like do
so-
something?
Devontae Adams got asked about the transition. And
Oh,
he said
yeah,
one Hall of
yeah,
Famer
yeah,
to
yeah.
another. Yeah.
The Aaron Rodgers. It's the thumbnail. Yeah, I'm stupid.
Also, Nick Fortis, I think that's his name. 13 home runs in the minors. He has 8 in 128 at bats this year with the Marlins. Just saying, the Marlins had their catch for the future. The Phillies haven't won a World Series with Real Muto yet. All right, that'll wrap us up for this or that Julio Jones edition. I think he's overrated. I don't think he's going to be more than a wide receiver 4 for them. And when you factor in how often Brady throws it down to running backs and how often he throws it to tight ends, Julio Jones is going to be 7th in targets probably. Anyways, let's move back to the NFL. We have some alternate helmets, Jack.
I did not realize how many alternate helmets that were revealed that we have to take a look at here because, oh my. We have 5 helmets we're looking at today.
5. Let's
5 helmets.
Bears, Jets, Cardinals.
Bears, Jets, Cardinals.
I mean, we already did the Saints. We already did the Bengals. We already did the Giants.
They are in the same division. There's your hint.
As who?
No, these next 2 teams are in the same division.
Oh, okay. We already did the Texans. The Texans had nice ones. It's
The
not
battle
anyone. I can't think. We've already did the Falcons and Saints.
One is a
I'm-
throwback, but it is an alternate helmet.
Is it the
Eagles
AFC
count.
or NFC?
Broncos. They need the orange crush back. Jets. We were doing the Jets.
You were doing the Jets.
I have no idea.
Eagles and Cowboys.
Didn't I say Eagles?
Oh, did you? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think so. I think we may have looked at those last week. Anyways, congratulations. Eagles.
Did we look at the Eagles last week? I don't
I
think we did.
I think we did. The
We'll
Cowboys
talk
have
about
the
it
red
anyway.
stripe, right?
Huh?
The Cowboys are bringing back
They
The
are.
red
We'll
stripe?
just start with America's team, quote unquote.
America. Have you guys seen Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness?
No.
Did not get a chance to yet.
Darn.
Okay. Here we go. The Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day.
I think they're clean.
Yeah, it's sharp.
Yeah,
That's fine. I'm cool
it's
with
clean, it's sharp, and this is basically exactly what I like with NFL teams wearing throwback uniforms. It's like now you can wear true throwback uniforms with like the new helmet rules in place, so you can do something like this, and it looks clean enough. So
it. Can we get Ezekiel Elliott jumping into the Salvation Army bucket again?
I hope so. That was quite a sight. When
That is the number one. That's a top 3 celebration of all time.
that was up there, honestly.
It's up there. It's
Okay.
also up there with T.O. celebrating on the star.
Oh boy, we're gonna bring that up. Okay, not that I have
Okay.
any.
Also, my mom coming in with the cowboy. Yep. Okay. Thanks, Mom. She's dating herself with that.
I don't necessarily know if we did the Eagles, but we're gonna just bring them up anyway. This is their black helmet for next season. They're gonna wear these with the black uniforms.
Do
I'm
any
like
of you have a
different about them.
Do any of you have a problem with teams wearing black now? Because like the Ravens, one of their colors is black. Like I don't know how I feel about the Eagles and Jets.
This is-
and so on and so forth wearing black.
I think it
Cardinals-
it has to be a night game. You can't wear black during the day.
So there's a
Agree.
hockey uniform blog that I read a lot called Aesthetics, and basically they came up with a term that says "black for black's sake." Like it, I think basically it just means like you're just wearing black because like it's the most.
Cool.
I think it's like such a generic and like common color that it's like you kind of just. It's like worth trying out just to see how it looks.
There's I don't know 8 teams that I think can justifiably wear black. Like I think the Ravens are fine wearing black. The Jags, they don't wear black. They have the black helmet, but they don't usually just wear black. I think the Ravens can get away with it. The Bengals would look weird if they. To me, their black jerseys are a little weird. Steelers can wear black. That's fine by me. Raiders can wear black. That's fine by me. The Jets, they're a white and green team. Falcons, black is fine. Saints, black is fine. Eagles, black is a bit of a stretch. Then Detroit is weird.
Detroit can't wear black. I don't think they.
Cardinals just weird. Like I get that there's.
We're gonna have words later on. We're gonna have words. Later
No.
on.
I really like the Cardinals one. It's just they're not a black team. It's black for black's sake.
Yeah, you kind of see what I mean with that.
Yes.
I mean, without that,
I do
teams
like
that
the
wear
Eagles helmets though.
black just to wear black. I think these are fine. I think it's better that they're gonna go with Kelly Green in the future. This is only like a 1-year thing, but
Yeah.
it's there. It's the Eagles. They didn't, it's like the Bengals ones. They didn't do anything special. They just changed the color and.
Bobby Dahlbeck home run.
Okay, next team. That was the Eagles. There's 2 more black ones. Let's do the one that enraged all of uSTADIUM Twitter. The New York Jets, Jets.
Oh boy.
Going with the black alternate helmet.
See, I don't get why people hate them. I like these.
Here's the deal.
I like the green face mask too.
I wish it was like
here's my stance on this thing. Just because it is not the throwback helmet that you all wanted doesn't mean this is bad.
yes.
I think this is fantastic. I love this helmet for them.
I think it works. It works. I think it
Yeah.
is a bit of a black for black's sake, but I think it works.
It is, but they've had the black alternates for a while now. I
This
think
is
that
true.
I've always liked that combo. Like I wear whenever I play as the Jets in Madden, I wear this.
Solid.
So I like the green face mask. I honestly, this is solid.
Yeah.
8 out of 10, I would say.
Yeah, I give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, I like them too. I don't get the.
I still wish they did do the throwbacks, but these aren't bad. Is my point.
All right, let's see the other black helmet.
The
This
other
one I
black-
really like. There's it's like red flicker from the
Yes.
Sonoran Desert. Shout out to Arizona Bear Dango Cats.
This is a team that is in my division, so I'm legally obligated to hate them. But this helmet, the Arizona Cardinals,
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Jeff's kiss.
I think it's slick.
It is so slick.
What color jersey are they wearing it with though?
They're gonna wear with their black jerseys. I just don't know
Okay.
which.
Okay.
They have the Cardinals are weird with their black jerseys because they have like an alternate is what it's called, and then a color rush is what it's called, and it's like the trim on one of them is white trim and like white numbers, and then the other one has red trim and red numbers, and it's like it just why do you like just it feels so unnecessary to have like two different uniforms with that kind of style.
Fair point.
That being
Also,
said, I love the
Nick-
detail.
Nick is complaining about Brandon Nimmo for the millionth time today.
I love the detail though on this helmet. I love like in the feathers, like those are just. That's a very nice helmet. Like that, I think that if they made that their primary helmet, they can get away with that. I don't know if it would necessarily work with the rest of the uniforms, but like,
Right.
I think they need new uniforms. Honestly,
I think that could work her red uniform.
it could.
Yeah, I
That's
think
what-
it makes sense.
That's one of those things where you just have to like do it in Madden and find out.
Yeah,
Okay, that was the Cardinals. Now we have one more alternate helmet. I might get slandered for this one.
Stoppers. Oh boy.
The Bears. I don't like it. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't like it.
it looks like kind of like reminds me like a pumpkin.
This is like when the Edmonton Oilers, after so many years of wearing blue, decided they were finally gonna wear orange. They changed that back, by the way, for this coming season. But
Yeah, it's hard to pull off orange. I think that's a difficult primary color.
I think the
it
Browns
works
do it
with-
fine.
Are they
Yeah,
wearing
so-
orange jerseys with it? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with the blue helmet, if it was blue helmet and orange jerseys, I think that would look better.
yeah,
Or even orange. If I'm usually not a mismatch guy, but with this, I think the mismatch works. I like the orange jerseys in a vacuum. I like the orange helmet in a vacuum. I don't think I'd like them together. I think I'd rather have a blue helmet with orange jersey. Might just be me though.
Yeah.
no, I agree.
I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like I'm gonna load up just a ton of possible like uniform combinations in Madden and see how they look, but like ultimately on the field is probably the best judgment of these. But I'm just not a fan. Like it feels how long have the Bears had blue helmets? Because it feels like a really long time.
Since the beginning of life.
Yeah. It pretty much feels sacrilege for not
Like-
wearing a blue helmet. So it's like even if they had like the one with the stripes that are like the weird stripes on the top, like that one, it's
I'll
a
give them
weird helmet,
props,
George
though. I'll
Stanley
give them
Hallis,
props for
right?
trying.
huh?
The George Stanley Hallis stripes.
I think so, yeah.
I'll give them props for trying though, because they just won't.
Yeah,
back
props
like
for
every
trying.
other team, but they tried to go out there at least. I'll give them that.
At this point, I'm just waiting for the Seahawks to reveal the action green helmet.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Oh my goodness. All right, so that'll I believe wrap us up for the helmet section.
Logo
Pretty
on a
short
helmet
show
section, we'll
today.
call it.
Yeah, logo on a helmet section. Other than the Eagles good for you.
Yeah, Eagles have
Huh?
wings on theirs.
Anything else?
Where's my ring
Oh,
finger?
thanks.
We're gonna talk about. I gotta get on my soapbox here and talk about the Rams rings for a brief minute because those got revealed. And let me just say, oh my goodness, these are gorgeous. I don't have like the facts in front of me right now, but this is apparently the biggest championship ring ever in any sport,
Mm-hmm.
or at least North American sport. I know people there's been a debate. Why is there only one Lombardi trophy on the front? The 2 palm trees are for the 2 championships. I think it's fine because this is their first title in LA. LA gets their title, so that's completely fine with me. I need to find the pictures here because that's an ad. As you can see, the side of it looks like SoFi. I was actually thinking to myself right before they dropped these, I was like, you know what would be really cool is if they got the top of it to look like the roof of SoFi. And like it would wrap around the side. I thought that would look sick. Not quite what I had in mind, but this still looks absolutely sick. That's one side. There's the other side with the score of the game. You can see
Thank you for beating the Bengals once again.
You can see the Oculus inside. I think that's a pretty cool detail. When you take the cap off, you can see the inside. That's basically they put SoFi inside the ring. That is actually part of the turf from the actual stadium that was used both last year and this year, including some for the actual Super Bowl. And then the top side has part of the game ball from the Super Bowl. So those are some nice little touches there. There's like meaning behind like how many stones are in certain areas too. So like I don't have all the details in front of me. I could ramble on and on and on about this.
Jack, can you get a replica ring?
I think so.
Okay, because I know the Braves are selling them. Like I can get one for.
I know. I believe I'm on the wait list to get a replica ring.
Oh, sick!
Not get one, but like buy one. Like get information about buying one. If that was like a wait list to just like get a like straight up here's your ring.
Yes. Steal it from Aaron Donald.
Steal.
Okay, I got a question for you before we wrap up. If you had to rob Aaron Donald's house, how many people do you think you'd have to bring with you to rob his house?
Probably 40 plus.
Yeah, you need a lot.
And I don't think that's
not
enough.
want to rob his house.
Okay.
You just don't rob Aaron Donald's house, period.
This is a valid point. Don't
For
rob
one, because robbing is wrong. 2, it's Aaron Donald.
that might have been the dumbest hypothetical I've ever asked. I gotta ask that to Frankie. How many people would you bring with you to rob Aaron Donald?
That'd be a fun question, honestly.
That's what Google is going to ask me when I interview with them in a couple of years when uSTADIUM is 17 million subscribers. And I get a job at Google. There we go. One day they're going to ask me, how many people would you hire to go rob Aaron Donald's house? And I'm going to say a lot. And period.
At least 20.
And then you get up and walk out. No, it has to be at least 40.
It depends on the people. What if you got like Aaron Donald clones?
Ooh.
Oh boy, that's true. You could get like an entire like group of NFL players.
Yeah,
probably wouldn't be enough. Still,
they probably wouldn't be able to block him.
You need like all own linemen, and they still wouldn't be enough.
He has to block you.
You have to get like Rashawn Slater, Mekhi Becton, like build a wall.
Mekhi Becton versus Aaron Donald, Oklahoma drills.
I want to see that.
That would actually be good entertainment.
Daniel Falele versus Aaron Donald.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness. I don't think the physics works out on that one. Falele is 6'9", 400 pounds.
Donald himself just defies physics.
This is a good point. All right, speaking of defying physics, we're gonna have a show that's under 2 hours for once. Any last little hanging chats we want to talk about today?
Quickly, I just want to say the holding in thing is like my new.
Oh, true. We didn't talk too much about the holding ins.
Yeah, like players now just don't want to like get fines. They just go and they don't practice. It's kind of smart. It's genius.
Yeah, they don't get fined. Word to Marshawn Lynch, and they apparently do stuff.
The way you put that, I genuinely think there should be some kind of rule against it. I feel like you have to have like
order.
Yeah, because it seems to me like the players like doing that just kind of makes you feel like they're the ones that are like in charge in the whole situation, and like just because they want out doesn't mean like they should be in charge. Like I think it's a bad look too, like on the players themselves, because it's like you should always be committed to like working harder to get yourself better as a player, even if you don't want to play for that team anymore. Like Debo doesn't want to play for San Francisco apparently anymore. He should still be working out though.
Word to
he should still be
Kyler Murray.
trying to make himself better. Like Kyler Murray's like,
I feel like they're still doing something on the side or outside of practice, but it's like they don't want to lose.
He is literally
$50,000.
just appearing and like standing there on the sideline so that he doesn't get fined.
Yeah, but it's
like-
also like on the at certain points, like they could go and do stuff.
Just think about how dumb that
But then
sounds.
they're losing $50,000. It's also on the team, I think, too. Be like, okay, you guys, you want to do your own thing in the meantime, and we won't fine you.
This is a valid point, but I think that's going to wrap us up for today. Anything else? All right.
I think I don't think that's anything else. If you want me to say something about F1, Ferrari sucks right now. Mercedes is gonna win this weekend.
Solid.
All right.
Anyways, with that said, thank you guys for watching episode 81 of the Sports Desk, the Anquan Bolden episode. This week, it is actually the Anquan Bolden episode. Last week, I accidentally said it was. Anyways, episode 81, the Megatron episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you download the uSTADIUM app. Shoot me a message if you need some points to make some takes. Download, follow uSTADIUM on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat. They have a Snapchat. I have them as uArena in my phone, by the way. Instagram. You can follow me. You can follow Jack. You can follow Josh. We're all on the uSTADIUM app. We're always down to make takes, and we're always down to take your points. So with that said, Super Bowl champion. He has a ring now. Super Bowl champion Aaron Donald does, in fact, train with sharp things known as knives.
Sharp objects known as knives. We'll see you guys next week.